What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have Sub-Zero's hood open, taken off the top. Covers are missing there to the left and to the right. So can you guess exactly what's going down today? Stay tuned and find out. Aesthetically the most pleasing, but it absolutely is crucial to have in controlling and getting a better, handle on your vehicle. Now, what is that, you may ask? Well, let's take a look. That is going to be, wait a minute. They sent me a one piece. It's supposed to be a two. Supposed to be a two-piece strut bar install for the front to go ahead and get a better handle. Now I need to check to see if they accidentally sent me the one for the rear or is it this one for the front. Nope, it is the one for the front. Okay, you guys. So we have a little bit of a problem because it is supposed to be a two-piece. Now, one piece is going to be stronger because it connects one strut over to the other. However, I wanted the two because it was easier just to connect here to these portions right here of the body of the frame. So being that they did give me a freaking one piece, now we have to remove this whole frame right here, which is not something I wanted to do. So, damn it. All right, well, this is from Khaos Motorsport. I got the unfinished coloring because, ultimately, it's a shaker. I don't need to go to the car meets and leave my hood open. You already know what's under the hood once you go ahead and see that hood mount coming from up here. So today, we are going to take out that bar. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. God damn it, it's gonna be extra footage, but all right, whatever. To go ahead and get this portion installed. Again, this will increase the turning, traction, everything tremendously. This will be a one piece unfinished. It's way cheaper than actually polishing it. And again, I kind of like the unfinished look. Everything else in here is unfinished. So I kind of want to make it look as OEM as possible instead of having to worry about, paint and everything else down the road. So I'm gonna stop talking and get to work. Okay, so first things first, we are gonna have to use a panel popper to go ahead and pop all of these off along here. There's gonna be a grand total of 5 of them. I didn't have the popper itself, so I ran over to AutoZone to pick up the popper here and the coolant that was just leaked out last night. Had to take a very, very long walk to AutoZone right there. So it works out perfectly. So that's gonna be our first step. We're just gonna go ahead and pop all of these off and go from there. This tool here, pop it in there, push down, crank it all out, nice and soft. So, got those 4 panel pins already done. Okay, so the next part is gonna be to remove these 2 bolts right here. And you're gonna take a 13mm just to go ahead and crank these bad boys off. We're gonna do this on both sides, so let's speed this up. Okay, so for the passenger side, all you have to do to get to that bar is under here. So we're gonna take bolt there, pin popper off here. Let me answer the phone. Out. Okay, so again, once you get this little push pin out right here, you're just gonna move the little metal flap over there, just so you don't have to remove it twice. And then go ahead and do the same thing you did on the driver's side. So let's get that done. Okay, so once you got the passenger side off over here, there are going to be quite a few clips that you're going to need the popper, again, all the way down to go ahead and remove it from the bar. Once that is done, this is what you're going to remove. And then be ready for this one. This is 8 pounds. This, actually, that one's hollow, that one's solid. I'd say they're about the same. So now, that was pretty easy. We're just gonna strap this one back on, or put the new one on. You know what I'm trying to say. But yes, so we're gonna go ahead and now remove these bolts in preparation and go ahead and mount that on. Let's do it. So in order to remove these will also be 13 millimeter. Ow, shit. These will also be 13 millimeters, so you don't have to change anything. Makes it very, very easy to go ahead and get her done. Once you move the bar out the way, you got plenty of space back there to go ahead and do what you gotta do. Other bolts, you can just keep them. You can never have too many bolts. You never know what you're gonna need them for. Passenger side done. Run over here. Then what I'm gonna ultimately do is these harnesses here, there's no place to put them anywhere else. So what I'm just gonna do is probably zip tie them up. I don't want them touching the engine down there or anything. So probably just zip tie them up to a hidden part of the strut bar brace that nobody's gonna be able to see anyway in the event I do pop the hood. So today we did the front brace. Again, it was supposed to be a 2-piece to utilize that old metal bracket, but I'd rather the one anyway. So I ordered the 2, it was their error. However, I'm okay with that because it's gonna be a more cleaner look anyway, where it's just gonna be not using the one part or the 2-piece that may not be as strong as the 1-piece anyway. Now the moment of truth. Looks good. Almost. Looks like you have to kind of lift the panel up back there first, then plop it into place here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Ouch, shit. Plop it there. And again, we want to leave just enough room to make sure the shaker hood. So, before I put everything back together, there was a cool mod that I saw online. I forgot the name of the website, but they had a shaker hood rise where it's like a magnetic bolt here that'll lift up the shaker about 3/4 of an inch to allow it to stick out of the hood a little bit more. That kit is 80 bucks. Well, I have a bunch of 3M tape here, and of course we'd only do tape side down and leave the top covered, but I'm thinking if I just add 2 on each, it can raise it up slightly. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and try to do now, instead of actually paying for the kit itself, because again, ghetto rigged or not, you're not gonna see it once the shaker cover's on. So let's see how well we can do this. Okay, so I have finished the tape, made it look very symmetrical. I've done about 3 rounds all the way around to go ahead and give a little bit of a raise to it. Let's see if I'm able to put the cover on with no problems. Hopefully this works. Holes seem to be pretty well lined up. And it is gonna be sitting higher already, and that's before I even put the extra washers for the shaker hood. But it's gonna look like this now. You can still see the holes down in there. Let's screw it on up and see what we get. So, now we have the 3M down there just to align it. My lady did point out a simple little point where she said, what if that melts? I said, oh shit, well, that's what the washer underneath is there for. It is the bracket. I don't see it melting. Maybe, maybe not, because, I mean, we have, this is hooked up with 3M tape and everything else, and everything seems to be okay. But hopefully not. We're not gonna tighten this down all the way because we want that shaker effect, right? So just enough to hold it on there. But we're putting the hood back on. If you have gotten up to this point in time, I thank you so much for watching this far into this episode. You guys have now seen how to install the strut brace or the front tower strut brace for either a Challenger or a Charger, I thank you. You can, as always, up to this point, hit that like, subscribe, share, comment, and everything. Let us know what you think about the Sub-Zero build thus far. We got a long way to go. And if you want to keep watching the rest, you'll see what the shaker will look like if it fits. Hopefully it does with everything else going forward. So thank you guys. We'll see you next. Nice and snug. Nice and snug. Shaker is shaking quite a bit, which is, again, what we want. It's a freaking shaker. Bolt deletions, picking up everything else or residue before we close the hood. I'd say we got a nice 6-pound deletion with everything. Nice 6-pound weight deletion. Hood is definitely, or shaker's definitely up taller. You guys can see that. It's supposed to touch back there. It's definitely up higher. May have to do some modifications with trimming a little bit of this, as long as no water gets in the back, but everything is out of the way now. We're going to close the hood and air up the tires for tonight's meet. So let's get started on that. Let's see what we got. It's good to me. There you have it. So we did our own homemade shaker hood raiser to where there was a bunch of space back here you could see. Now you can just see one bolt that broke off back there, not a big deal. This one I don't want on back there, just so it allows us to go ahead and shake. So it looks more flush, looks more muscular, and I'd say it's a-okay. These valve caps don't match, it matches Michelle's car more, so I'm gonna take these off and put them on her car. All right, you guys, and there you have it. Sub-Zero's install is complete. It sits flush, it's back there. Radiator fluid or coolant is reconnected or refilled. I meant to say air intake is reconnected. Oh, let's push that air box in there. Make sure all that air goes in there. There we go, boy. So that is reconnected. This looks good. We did close the hood already. This is how the shaker hood looks now. Doesn't look much different, but I'll tell you what, before it was like 392 was up on that line. Now you can see the 392 sticks above. It looks flush. The current liner that's inside of here still works perfectly a-okay. From the inside, it does look taller. This looks amazing. Alrighty, guys. Y'all know what to do. We'll see y'all next time on Sub-Zero 392. Thanks.